In this video, we will see three different golem composition in the army, namely cold-blooded, shattered, and stoned. And what are some of the key things to note while doing these? The attacks are done by my clanmates and they are having huge success with it. So let's see what we have got. Hey, what is up guys, Ace here bringing you Clash of Clans video, and on this channel I usually cover Town Hall 9 related stuff, so if you are new to the channel, consider subscribing. Now for the first attack, we have obviously number one golem composition, that is in the army you usually take one golem. Now the general trend that I'll discuss, as you see the attack in the background, it is a cold-blooded raid. The general thing with a cold-blooded raid is that you take only one tank, that is one golem, that is a 30 troop space. So you are investing less in the kill squad, obviously. So that is why the outcome of the raid is also less. Now usually your main target is to get the opponent clan castle, opponent queen, and in case of a ground attack maybe a couple of giant bombs, and in case of an air attack one air defense maybe. But if you can get like something more than that, then you can always spend more spells, like what Olaf Meister did in this attack. He used 3 spells in a cold-blooded raid, so that he can get a huge amount, I think 40% of the base with his kill squad. That includes 2 air defenses that are very crucial to the raid. Now he starts with his regular lava loon from the 12 o'clock direction. That is pretty generic stuff, but usually what we do with the cold-blooded raid is that we take minimum kill squad so that we can take a minimum but essential amount of the base, and then we can swarm the base with the rest of the troop, maybe mass hogs or 3 lava hound attack, whatever it can be. But it is something that is related to the base, base design, and I would not recommend shoehorning one army composition and just doing that on the base. You'll always have to study the base as to if you can, like with the expenditure of one more spell, maybe you can get something more important in the raid. So that is what you should do. You should always be thinking as to what you should be getting next. And very funny thing is getting on the video right now is that Olaf Meister is failing because he tried to swag his balloons. So one important pointer to note is that do not try to swag your troops unless you're extremely sure that you are 3-starring this base. Now he has a very clutch situation. I will fast forward this, but he will 3-star this eventually. But yeah, that is a very clutch situation. You should definitely try to avoid swagging until and unless you are like very sure. Moving on to the second attack, we'll see a shattered golem based kill squad, and what is it, we'll see. So guys, for the shattered raid, as you can see, Android Blitz is taking 2 golems. That is like something is broken. Shattered means broken, and that is why you're taking 2 pieces of tank with you, 2 broken pieces maybe, whatever you can remember it with. I usually remember it by that way. Now we use 2 golems on the base on which we want to push relatively deeper into the base as compared to the cold-blooded, because we have obviously less tank in that. Now since we have more tank, usually we tend to spend more on the spells and on the kill squad, but again, that is just a generic stuff. That is what the basic thumb rule is, and you can always manipulate it. Now Android Blitz goes in from the queen direction, because as we have discussed in the cold-blooded as well, your main target is to take the opponent queen, some of the giant bombs, and maybe some essential buildings that might be dangerous for the troops that are following the other part of the raid, and opponent king, queen, clan castle, and maybe some of the other stuff. So he just invested one single jump spell. I think, yeah, he took CC bowlers maybe. Yeah, he took CC bowlers, and that is why he penetrated quite deep into the base. And then now he has like 3 heal spells left for his hogs, and he is just swarming his hogs on the rest of the base, because like he has taken down some of the very key essential buildings, like 2 crossbows. No, I'm sorry. Some of the Teslas, queen, clan castle, which are obviously dangerous to the hogs, and he has enough amount of heal spell to cover for the giant bomb location that are on the base, and that is able to 3-star this base. Now again, these army compositions are not that you have to copy. You have to just copy. If you have to take something from this video, then you have to take that what is the key idea, how to select a base to hit with a shattered or with a cold-blooded or with a stone, that we'll discuss as a third raid. Now as you can see, there are so many hogs left onto the base. Now this is a sign that the attack went perfectly. And if you note the hero level of the Android Blitz, they are like very mediocre heroes, 16 and 17, and I think most of you guys might be having this level of heroes. So shattered raid is the one that can be used best when you have low level heroes, because it's a very balanced raid. Like you do not have less golems, neither you have less golems, neither you have more. You just have the exact amount of golems that are required for the tanking. And hence, even in my mid town online journey, I used this strategy very much. So I do recommend you guys using this if you are a mid town online. Moving on to the third attack, we have a stone raid. Now for the stone raid, we usually take three golems, and the property of stone raid is like it penetrates very deep inside the base, and that is why you need, in my opinion, you need like a very, not very high, it's like 20 plus level of heroes, because you take a heavy kill squad, like you take 90 troop space just of tank, and that is why your main aim is to connect. Usually with two jumps, you need to connect like 70 to 80% of the base. Like you will see the position of the second jump, note at the position of the second jump, and you will see as to what are the compartments that it will connect and grant access to the kill squad. Now as you can see, he deployed the third golem a little bit late, so you have to create a very wide funnel with a stone raid, and then you have to drop the third golem that goes full healthy inside the base, and then tank for your king, queen, and your bowlers. You need high level king so that it can act as a tank as well, and you have usually spent all of your spells, and all the four spells, including the dark spells as well, to support your kill squad basically. And you have to just deploy your hogs supporting the kill squad on the periphery defenses, which are busy shooting the center defenses there. And I personally think that this attack strategy is very viable and requires a little bit more level of skill, because it needs a particular amount of patience in deploying the hogs very surgically. Now as you can see, this golem right there, it is basically tanking for those group of hogs that are traveling, and he still has like two hogs in the bag. Usually this is the attack strategy where you can swag like 12 to 13 hogs, because generally what happens is that your golem kill squad penetrates very deep inside the base, and your king and queen basically take, if the bowlers are alive, king and queen and bowlers usually take all the defenses, bowlers earning that second bounce bonus, and you end up usually having 13 to 14 hog swag. I personally had the 13 and 14 hog swag in one of my attack as well, and I was like truly delighted by it. But yeah, definitely stone raid is something that you need to practice, because it is going on with the current meta. And the shattered is the one that you have to use if you have like a mediocre level of heroes, because it is most efficient for you as a mid town online. Hope you guys take away something from the video. Be sure to subscribe the channel and like the video if you really enjoyed it. This is A Square, and I'll see you in my next video.